What's up, everybody? Well, I got another FIREBAT mini PC gameplay video for you guys today, and today we shall try some Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries. Now, I don't know if this game's gonna cooperate. It seems games will do just fine so long as they don't get anywhere near that 4 gig of RAM VRAM limit that Windows apparently just puts on all 32 gigs of RAM systems, unless the system manufacturers specify otherwise. That's why all those handhelds can change the VRAM on a whim. You can also change it in the BIOS on those, and it'll change even in Armory Crate, but this thing doesn't have anything like Armory Crate. So Windows just goes, nope, you got 32 gigs, 4 is the max you can do. Maybe there's some hacks you can do. Like I watched some guy go into the registry editor and I was halfway tempted to be like, well, what if I just tell it that I've got 64 gigs? Will it just let it use 8 gigs then? Probably not. It'll probably just fuck shit up and ruin my Windows install. So I didn't want to try anything like that. So we're stuck with 4 gigs unless we upgrade to 64 gigs of RAM, then you'll get a full 8 gigs of VRAM. But 64 gigs of RAM on a tiny little thing like that seems a little bit of a waste of money to me, because it's kind of like too weak to do any super professional work. You could do some basic video editing and picture editing and all that stuff on that easy as pie, but I don't think anybody who's going to need 64 gigs of RAM is going to want to work on something that weak. It just doesn't seem logical to me. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that kind of work isn't that RAM intensive and everything's good. But anyway, so we're going to try that out. Hopefully it cooperates, but only one way to find out. Let's stop doing our blabbery and get the hell in the game. Now, this probably won't work out too well, but we're going to try it anyway. We're going to try 1080p on high, just like we did on the Asus Ally, and we'll see what kind of FPS we get. And alright, let's get into the game. In the game we are. Getting like 30, 40 FPS it seems, and we are recording with OBS, so that does take up some. So if we do drop down like 28 or 29, I'm willing to bet we would have stayed above 30 the whole time had we not been recording. But let's see what it does.
Good try, Rihanna, but I'd still rather have the Centurion.
We're definitely close to that freaking VRAM limit, so I would not be surprised if it started doing that weird stutter crap it likes to do.
Being used by these raiders is derelict, Commander, but you can bet its perimeter defenses won't be. My guess, the raiders will have turrets stationed around the perimeter. If that's the case, it means they must have a generator close by. Find and destroy that generator before assaulting the plant, and you'll have a much easier time of it.
Got it. Thanks.
Heads up, Commander. I'm detecting enemy units up ahead.
Oh, we got down to 27 so far. I think that's the lowest I've seen. Alright, cool. We got him. Where's that other one? There he is. Looks like I missed that from a distance. Alright, at least we got that. Alright, cool. Got him too. And I think it's time for us to move along. Nah, RP now. And everything else on here is pretty much the same. Left it on full screen, all that of course. So let's cruise on over to the graphics section now, and as you can see, we've toned it down to medium. Now, if I remember correctly, it got decent frames now, but I think it started doing that stupid stutter crap it likes to do. But you'll see what I mean when we get into the game. So, to the game. Here we go, 900p. So I guess let's run around again, see what kind of frames we get. Again, OBS is running, so that is going to take some. We'd probably be getting more like 76 to 78, sometimes even 80 sometimes, if we weren't recording. At least that's what I noticed as soon as I stopped recording.
Being used by these raiders is derelict, Commander, but you can bet its perimeter defenses won't be. My guess, the raiders will have turrets stationed around the perimeter. If that's the case, it means they must have a generator close by. Find and destroy that generator before assaulting the plant, and you'll have a much easier time of it.
Got it. Thanks.
Heads up, Commander. I'm detecting enemy.
Yep, there it goes.
Ahead. Could be a raider patrol.
I do not understand what's doing that. I mean, it's probably could be VRAM, but I swear it's done it when I was like only at like 3.3 or 3.4 gigs of VRAM, and that's nowhere near the limit. I mean, I guess 4 is the limit, and Windows and everything else is using some stuff. Maybe even 3.2, 3.4 is too much, and it'll start doing it. I guess I should have thought about that. Alright, he's blowing the hell up. There we go. Get rid of that thing. Alright though, let us move along. Now we'll try 720p and low settings. So let's cruise on through. And this time I did turn anything off. I should have left it on so I can compare it directly to the Asus Ally, but it is what it is. So, why don't we get into the game and see how it does now. So here we go, 720p, low settings. So let's go run around and get some kills.
Speed and mobility. I'm sure you wish the Centurion was repaired and ready to go. For this particular mission though, the Javelin is the mech best suited for the job. And hey, it has jump jets. They could come in handy.
Good try, Rihanna, but I'd still rather have the Centurion.
Well, can't blame a girl for trying.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the dang stutters, this would be a pretty dang viable gaming computer for a lot of games. It just doesn't do great on AAA titles, at least new ones. And this game just likes to stutter like that. That's not even this thing's fault. I've noticed that it does that on everything. Even a 1390 and a 4090 or a 7800X3 and a 7900XTX. All those have that tiny little stutter too, which is in the game. Here we go with that stutter. At least it's a lot more playable here than it was like in a driving game like Forza Horizon 4. Man, that was annoying. I can't believe I actually still won any of those races like that, to be perfectly honest with you guys, but I'm a pretty decent driver. And they had all the aids on and whatnot, which I'm happy about, seeing as though half the time I had no damn sound, so I wouldn't have known when to shift unless I stared at the RPM gauge, and then if you stare at the RPM gauge, then you're gonna crash, so I just decided not to deal with any of that tomfoolery. That guy, on the other hand, he wants to like off-road his freaking hovercraft. Although I guess that's what they're good at. I don't know how good they are at going up mountains. And I think if they start losing pressure if they get to uneven ground. I could be wrong on that though. Maybe they work on like no matter what. And could go like right up over this like thing. It's not like I'm the arbiter of frickin' hovercraft or anything. I was just always assuming the way that bomb balloon thing keeps it afloat, you'd think it'd have to have pretty flat land, otherwise it would just go, hey, I'm gonna like not keep you floating. And then you'd be like, oh shit, that's not cool. And then you'd like drown if you were in the sea or something. Good little bastard. There we go. Finally. Got him. And now, I think it's about time for us to move on to a little camera recorder gameplay. So, let's get ourselves some camera recorder gameplay now. It seems like this game still does that weird frame time garbage.
Good try, Rihanna, but I'd still rather have the Centurion.
Well, can't blame a girl for trying. It means they must have a generator close by. Find and destroy that generator before assaulting the plant, and you'll have a much easier time of it.
Got it. Thanks.
Heads up, Commander.
Darn.
I'm
I was
detecting
hoping I could hit him from back
units
here.
up ahead. Could be a raider
He can hit me, no problem.
Copy.
Oops. There we go. Oh, did I accidentally run it over? Oh well.
There's a large chunk of ice blocking the path down to the generator. Use your jump jets to get over it.
so hard to aim with fucking controllers. There we go. Got it. Alright, so let's go this way now. Well, they probably shouldn't be able to shoot me because I took out their power, but I'm taking them out anyway.
Okay, there's the geothermal power plant up ahead. There's a number of storage buildings in and around the plant itself. I suspect that's where they're storing their loot. Time to smash and grab, Commander. Once you locate the storage crate, keep a pickup, then move on to the next building. From my initial scans of the site, I've marked where I think the crates could be located. Look there first.
Ah, there it is.
Roger that.
Walk on up to the treasure to pick it up.
There we go, we got it. But alright, why don't we go ahead and go wrap this video on up? Well, alright guys, that's a wrap from Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries. And even at 1080p, it seemed like frame rate wise, if you weren't recording with OBS, it'd probably stay right around the 30-ish FPS mark on high. But it's still, no matter what, all the resolutions has that weird frame time skip. And that's probably due to VRAM, but it could be to overheating RAM. It could be an overheating SSD. I mean, it could be a plethora of things. It could be Windows just being wonky. But my biggest guess is probably the VRAM limitation. That no matter what, I can't seem to solve. All I was able to do was put it in BIOS, thought everything was fine. Got into my first game and thought, huh, that's strange. Why is every game I seem to have only go up to 4? Then I looked in the Radeon settings and I was like, oh, it's because it only lets me use 4. Interesting. But anyway, it still is halfway acceptable. I mean, I wouldn't probably want to play like that, but hey, I am not everybody. So if you like what you saw there, then you can go ahead and purchase for that little guy. But if not, then now you don't have to waste your time. But in any case, that is all I got for you guys for this particular video. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.